There, started. What's up, Oscar? He's like, yo. Wait, I want to sit down too long ago. it just turned hella awkward. Yeah, yup. Another day at RFK. So how's life, guys? It's pretty okay. I gotta take a piss. I'm gonna go to the restroom right now. Oh shit, it's a Friday, huh? I forgot.
Who's Lefty? Nice weather we're having.
What happened?
Nice weather we're having.
Yep, nice weather. What, Karen?
I'm not saying anything.
Alright, alright. Ah, it's fucking cold. There's this fucking pigeon that lives like outside. You know, I told you I have a guest room.
Yeah.
Well, I have like a little AC outside of it. And there's a stupid pigeon that lives on top of it. Every time I walk past there, that shit hella pisses me off.
You shoot that shit.
I did. I got a rock the other day. It was more like a brick. And I was waiting for it. And I got a stick and I poked it. And the moment it started flying away, I threw the brick at it. And I barely got its wing, but it kept flying away. I was like, oh! I threw that shit hella hard, dude. Like, and it landed on the other side of my backyard. If I would have hit it, if I would have like hit it like direct hit, dude, it would have been dead. Because it was a big old brick like this. Looking crazy.
Yesterday, monkey caught a pigeon here. I got it in his fucking hand.
Oh, you don't have Instagram on?
No.
There was a pigeon that flew inside of my house. Yeah, it was flying all over the place. And my mom told us to take it out before it starts chasing everywhere. I don't know how the heck I got in there. My little brother, he's the one who saw it fly inside the house.
Hey, what was that thing in that movie, How High, that they give them, the pigeons so they could pop?
Was it seeds? Was it like birds? No, like
No, it was some...
rice. I think it was rice, wasn't it? Right? Oh, what the fuck? I don't remember. Yeah, but aren't they like on the roof or something and throwing seeds? I don't remember what it was. I'm gonna Google it. Alright, sorry, man.
It's hot.
What the fuck?
Oh no! Oh yeah, no, it's okay.
And I was like 5 pages in already, and I had to start all over. For reals? Like at 1 in the morning.
Oh yeah, you actually did it?
Yeah. Why don't you just save it?
I didn't know it was gonna turn off on me.
So I save it like every like 10 minutes. But I didn't know it was gonna turn off on me. Every time. I save it every time
Bernardo, I'm gonna use the restroom really quick. Brody.
So what's today gonna happen?
Well, make sure everyone shows up at 3:20.
The track still?
Yeah.
We're still gonna do it?
It's on all weather track.
I know. I don't care.
You don't want to go?
I don't want to.
Why not?
I don't like running like this in the.
You don't?
I'm like, I'll show up.
Well, just make sure everyone else shows up because he says that if at least 30 people don't show up, we're not gonna have it.
Okay.
We're just gonna have a regular practice, and I don't want that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.
All right,
then.
bye. All right. Right? No. It's a faggot. Oh, what the hell? You're not gonna wait.
Hey, ladies, all three, you come here.
And like put my opinion.
Whoa, whoa, what are you doing? What are you doing?
What do you mean? What do you mean, what am I doing?
Yeah, that's what, you know, what the hell? Scared me,
Maggot brain. Well, we have I guess a question. We'll talk about it for a little bit. Mr. Farber was supposed to come by and have a fill out a survey, so we can at least scratch the surface prior to that. I think that answer activity 15 is questions 1 or 2. Your choice. We didn't even make it to number 2. Question 1 seemed to dominate the period. And most people like that particular question. Why did it? I'm not sure. I'm addicted.
Molly,
Yeah.
have you read Brave New World Revisited? The second one? No? Are you going to? No.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I can't say no, but at this point, it's not on my list.
Oh.
I mean, I'd be curious to see what he has to say, but. Okay. Who addressed number 1? Ellen did, and then she's, okay, you no, then Ellen's pop up, okay. Yes. Now, mind you, I want to, I guess we need to clarify. When you try to address it, remember that the issue is, first and foremost, is Ms. Vaughn's description of our situation fairly accurate? That's going to be a yes or a no. And do love, marriage, and strong attachments create the problems in our society? In our society. Not saying overall, not saying personally, but in our society, is this what a lot of our issues are stemming from? The fact that we do pursue this love thing, this marriage thing, we allow strong attachments to take place, and unfortunately that creates a lot of havoc, pain, suffering, and chaos in our culture. Which is why we need to address the issue of does the avoidance of love, marriage, and strong attachments to children and other individuals, is that a good solution to the problems of our society? I think there's maybe a fair amount of support saying yes.
But, so,
Here we go.
could it be fair to say that it's not marriage, but how we're
Yeah.
using it?
Because marriage already has a definition, but if you try to,
Exactly. It does.
if you try to plug in and out, very like you make it your own definition, and that's when the problems do come up.
So my thing is then, let's just remove it. In other words, we were talking about it in period 1, where have we reached a point where it's that momentum issue, and we're still in that transition. To me, it's like we're running down a hill or running down a mountain. You want to stop, and you do, in a sense, start to stop, if you will, but your momentum carries you a little bit further than you initially wanted to. Are we in that transition? So in other words, we have, in a sense, stopped consciously, and even capability-wise, of loving marriage, strong attachments. But we're still going through the motions. In other words, we haven't really quite caught up with what's gone on in our brain. Our bodies, if you will, are still going through that momentum. We haven't quite hit physically, if you will, where we are mentally. Is it kind of the same thing with this? And that's why we're having so many problems. Is that we still hold on to these romantic ideals, and we're just not romantic people. When I say romantic, meaning you see so much meaning rather than performance. You see the magic in the first kiss. You see the magic in holding hands. We just don't see that crap anymore. Whatever. We kind of want it, but we're not really equipped for it. So therefore, we have this now collision. We have this disjointedness. And does that create a lot of problems? A lot of these broken relationships that maybe should never have been entered into in the first place. It's like we in a sense want the fruit of it, but we don't want the suffering that leads to it. We want the benefits of an admirable life, but we don't want to suffer an admirable life. We'd love to be like Abraham Lincoln, but we sure as hell don't want to live like Abraham Lincoln. We'd love to be like a Frederick Douglass. Are you willing to be a slave? There it is. Are you willing to endure everything he had to endure in order to be who he was? Okay, that's part of the problem. So what if we could have them, in a sense, what they want without the suffering? What if you get all the benefits and the fruit of marriage without getting married? Like Henry Foster. Henry Foster doesn't really be an unhappy person. He gets all the benefits of real marriage without forming strong attachments, without loving, and without service, without marriage. Yes?
But isn't that just meaningless?
No, I don't think it's meaningless. It may not be that meaningful, but it's not meaningless. Yes?
If anything, I say that's a perfect system. Like the way they have it right now. They have to do like no work at all and still reap the rewards that everyone else does.
Well, they do work, but they do the work they're called to, right? To keep the culture going, right? To keep the culture going. To keep the culture going. So they make their money, they buy their stuff, and that keeps the society going. Because remember, it's not about self-denial. It's all about self-indulgence to a point. Self-indulgence within the realm of economics and hygiene. And they understand that. So that there are some boundaries, but we're certainly not going to necessarily reach a point of self-denial that we, in a sense, call for. Yes?
All that Henry Foster does.
Do what?
He does love.
He loves himself.
Yeah, he loves himself.
He
I'm
loves
saying-
enjoyment. He loves
Yeah, I'm saying
the
like
comforts.
That's self-love, but I'm saying that, love, like I said, like love in marriage, that's not what creates the problem. Because I'm just.
What's that?
It's how things move.
Well, my thing is then, just by the very fact that they're there, there's that, in a sense, because we want to, take them away, take those notions away, and those liberate us from those things, and when we even dive into those, knowing that they're not even a viability. I'm just still going through the motions. We go through the motions. And unfortunately, those are relations that do not demand more than just going through the motions. So because we think we want something, but then we get into it, and then all that wreckage occurs, and we wonder why. Well, don't even pursue it, is what Brave New World is saying. Let's just get rid of all that crap. We're not conditioned for it, in other words. And how do you condition people for strong attachments and love and marriage and self-sacrifice when they have? So remember, that's what Mon was talking about, that we demand these ideals of you, but we don't condition you for them. I don't know if you can condition them. Isn't it much easier to condition you towards consumerism and selfishness and what have you? Because that's just part of your wiring anyway. Let's take it in what's already there and just draw it out, perfect it.
Then why would it need to be conditioned if it's already?
Because you need to direct it.
If it's already kind of part of our nature, then why would you need to?
Because it's raw, so therefore you need to polish it and hone it and perfect it. Does that make sense? It still needs training. Just like it's an innate ability to walk, where you still want to kind of help the kid walk, help them to walk even better if you can.
It's like lying. Lying is in our nature, but you don't need to help. You don't need to teach somebody to lie.
You can, and that's to help them to be good at it. That's why there's politicians involved. That's why there's motivational speakers, right? That's why that great commercial, I love the commercial because it's very crafty. That's why Pinocchio would make a lousy motivational speaker. I walk in this room and I see all sorts of potential. It goes, right? That's why we have marketing. That's why we have advertising. Those are people who have been trained. They've taken our initiative for what? To lie, to stretch the truth, to exaggerate, and they have perfected it. Good. Okay, bravo. We talk about, and the analogy popped in my head, I even wrote it down, tree removal analogies, I didn't want to forget it. Strong attachments to me, can you imagine being in a poor relationship where you have this really firmly, strongly attached, these roots, you're the oak tree that is just dug in. Any of you who have ever been involved in tree removal? Anyone? Fun? Easy, that's easy. Hell, you just pull that damn thing right out, right? Just push it over. No, usually it involves a 250, 350, or an F450, right? It's not just people, you gotta get machinery involved. This is a painful process. And even then, it's wounded. Even the ground itself is just messy. I think, okay, there's your relationships. Why would you want to set yourself up for that? Isn't it better to have the little grass that sometimes grows in the sand, pop it right out? Yeah. We're done. We're done. That's it. Done. What a brave new world that is. Done. That's it. Okay. As opposed to ripping it out, right? Ripping, tearing, chopping. It's brutal. It's a brutal process. Why would you want to put your part in that situation for tree removal, as opposed to just pluck it out like a little weed. Comments, questions, so far? I know. So I guess you addressed it, so what did you say about it? Those that tackled number one. Is the avoidance of love. Is it a good solution to at least some of the problems of our society? We just had no strong attachments, no love, no marriage. Yeah. Woo-hoo.
I mentioned like how we're so focused about material, like we're very like, oh, we want this, we want that, and then I mentioned like technology too.
Yeah.
How it's gone so far, like, but we don't even have to do a lot of things, and
Right.
and I feel like that's the best fit for our society. Like,
Oh, I hate to say, I would say so, because there's so many forces that are at work, large forces that are just on a grand scale, almost beyond our comprehension. I think of, again, just an article I read recently, looking at what causes the shift in gender roles and gender identification for the most part in society. And we may have talked a little bit about it, at least scratching the surface in this class. But they find with more affluent nations, more affluent cultures, the more resources you have, the less manliness and womanliness are valued. When a culture has more and more wealth, more and more resources, more and more riches, egalitarianism rules supreme, because there's not really that division of labor anymore. Most of the jobs are what people, men and women can do interchangeably. So we start to see this interchangeability. And because of that, the commitments themselves, I mean, if traditional marriage involves and demands complementarianism, we're becoming increasingly egalitarian, so therefore, I mean, traditional marriage is just not going to work. Because we don't have the mindset for it, and our society does not promote that mindset. Where those cultures, though, that are involved in subsistence farming, hunters and gatherers, if you will, there's a very, very rigid definition and division between men and women. Men are called to do very, very, very specific tasks, and women are called to do very, very specific tasks that their gender wiring seems to, well, basically enable them best to do. So the men are called to go out and hunt. The men are called to go out and protect in case there's any kind of tribal conflict. It's not the women picking up spears, it's the men. So all those ideals of provide, protect, procreate, those are really embraced by the men in those cultures. So women look for that in the men, and men look for something else in the women. We don't really do that anymore. So it seems as if those are the kind of cultures then that really do, well, support, let alone seek out a traditional, more what we say is a traditional marriage. And I don't think we're ever going to go back. We're supposed to go back to live by subsistence farming. Anyone really, you think? We're just going to give all the luxuries and technology up. We're all going to go Amish. See, they didn't have to give anything up because they never made progress. They just stopped the Amish in about 1790, and they're still living it for the most part. Oh, we're also supposed to go back and do that. No, like hell no, we're not going to do that, right? But those are the type of communities though where love, marriage, and strong attachments, they don't create problems for their society. That actually helps their society. That's good. It's conductive to their society, but they're not a consumer-based society. They're not a disposable, discardable society. We are. So it's almost, we want disposability, we want discardability, but we also supposedly want these strong attachments and love and marriage. The two just don't go together. The Amish are a very covenantal community. We are a very consumerist community. And the two work in opposition with each other. You can't be covenantal and consumerist. And if you are, you can be more of one than the other. They don't gel. They don't play well together. They're opposition. I don't see us ever going back. If we were ever there in the first place. Hell, I don't know if we were ever there in the first place. Cheyenne Zuniga brought up a good point. She said that, well, even from the people that she's noticed, most people get married now, the only reason most of them want to get married is not so much that they really care for or love the other individual, they really just don't want to be alone. ultimately, they just don't want to be, I just don't want to be alone, so this is just companionship. It's perfect. But what if you could have a society, they're never alone. Lenina is never alone. Never, right? They don't have alone time. So they never have to worry about isolation. They never have to worry about being lonely, because everyone belongs to everyone else. So in other words, what if you could avoid the loneliness without having to go through the pain and the you-know-what of marriage, love, and strong attachment? How could that not be a wonderful gig?
Would work out perfectly.
Huh?
I said it would work out
Well,
perfectly.
nothing's perfect, but it would work out
It
pretty
would be better than what it is today.
No, it is, don't you think?
And plus, we don't want to accept the fact that it's true. Like, we want to keep like heading towards something we've never been trained for, which is back
Well,
then.
that,
Like,
isn't that something we even really truly want? Or do we just kind of think we want? I mean, is it just, again, that byproduct of some of that old, I'm not going to say conditioning, but just tradition? I mean, well, some traditions just need to go away, if you, for better or worse. Who else? Anyone else on number one? Devlin, you're just number one, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you have? You
I
say no, it's not a solution. Why not? So I know you don't like breaking.
I don't. 'Cause
And I don't know why not.
I still think that they're not living. Because I think part of living is like experiencing like all the emotions, like sadness and happiness.
Well, that's why they have that
excitement.
violent passion, surrogate.
But okay, but they're not experiencing all of them. It's like either all of them or none of them. Like even if it's a
What?
little bit like that.
But why though? Why do you have to experience? Why do you have to experience pain? We were talking about the bed issue.
Yeah.
Do you need to sleep on rocks to know that your mattress is comfortable?
No, it's not to
Thank
know that
you.
you're happy, but it's just
Or do you have to experience complete misery to understand what happiness really is? I don't know. I'm asking. I'm not saying it's right or wrong.
yeah. Yeah, I think we do because like right now with like any little problems I'm guilty of this, like we exaggerate like, oh, it's so rude. And it's like we have not faced real problems. We haven't.
Okay. Would it be better to just to not face any problems?
No, I think we should.
Outside of like, well,
Because-
God, I can't find a matching belt for my shoes. Oh, Soma. You know, wouldn't that be a great? Wouldn't that be a wonderful world if that was the last word?
No. That's
So what? It's so wonderful, as opposed to, oh my gosh, my children are going to be dragged out of the hut and sold into slavery. I mean, would you rather worry about the belt or your children?
I think then you're just like a robot.
Your what?
You're a robot. It doesn't be like a robot because robots or electronics, they have like one function, one function only. And it's like we are now gonna have one function and one function only. So it's all gonna be based on just ourselves. So it's like, if it doesn't concern us, we don't care. You're not human.
don't we already do that here though?
Yeah, but it's like,
So-
it's worse.
So what? So you're saying that? Do we
I mean,
need
it's
to bring
not
up
gonna
the
get any
analogy
better.
again? So Evelyn, you're going to be there. You are on the shore, and there's that 50-foot wall of water just coming your way. No, we got to stop this. Bam, off you go. Right? You're nothing. I mean, just nothing. You're not even a bug. You're not even a bug on a windshield compared to that tsunami. You're nothing. Why bother? Why not be on top of it in a raft? We're not riding. You just go where it goes, man. Just ride the tide. Just go. Go with it. Work. Don't kick against the pricks. No. Join the crowd. Everyone belongs to everyone else. What's the big deal? Unless you want to live in a reservation.
Yeah.
No, go find one. Go find one. You can make one. You can call Facebook. Hey, let's form a commune. Live in a commune. Some kind of hippies or whatever. Yes, but
Did you say that their happiness is artificial?
I could. That doesn't mean I will. I'm not sure if we mean artificial. I don't necessarily think it's artificial. I mean, clearly, it's
Stupid question.
It's genuine. I mean, they're having real fun. They're buying real stuff, and they're clearly having real sex. I mean, how's it empty? I mean,
They'll never truly be happy like the people before, right?
the people that actually value marriage and love and all. It's like they're the things that they find happiness out of is disposable, so is the baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, would you rather, I mean, can you even if you have this romantic ideal, and I'm pegged at Ian Cheddar too, so I'll even name names. Well, he wants this traditional marriage, blah, 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 so, okay, but, so you're saying you're willing to go down that path, that David and Marlena went down too. Can you imagine being David then? So, and you're willing to be David. Why would you put yourself in that kind of harm's way? So that's what you want, really? Or would you rather have the fruit of that marriage without that potential heartache? Now let Mrs. Carpenter do her survey. Just think about that.